Okay, hi guys, I'm back with another podcast. This time today I have Danny Semenak alongside me. Let's get right into it. So we want to talk about the Cubs first, MLB offseason in general. Starting with the Cubs, the perspective on Danny on how the Darvish thing is going. We did it on Monday with Davis. Let's see how much it's changed. Danny's got the stats pulled up. Let's see if we can find anything that'll shock everybody. So let's see.
They're saying that the Cubs are torn between signing Arrieta and Darvish. But I think they're going to go Darvish because Arrieta would be way too much. And he's towards the end of his career and he's just looking for a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I don't think he would be great. And Darvish, he's very inconsistent. But I think this is the year where he'll be a Cy Young contender.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of trades going on in the MLB, along with the Giants getting someone.
The Giants got Evan
Longoria from the Rays going to the Giants. That's going to be something the Giants needed, considering they were the worst team in baseball last year. After they won a couple World Series, which is kind of weird considering maybe it's like the Cubs next year being really bad. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
I don't think they will, but
yeah. So, do you have anything to say on the Longoria trade?
Well, I think it was a better trade for the Giants because they're getting a star, and they're getting a star in Longoria, who's a good third baseman, and they can put Panic at second because he plays second and third.
Yeah, but do you think the Giants will move up in their division or at least win a couple more games with Longoria on their team?
Yeah, yes, I do think that because Bernard's fan, he wasn't very helping. He wasn't helping the cause a lot, and Bronson or Roy, nobody cares about him.
Yeah, so, and I do feel that Brandon Crawford still does has some stuff left in him. So if we move on to the next topic, we're gonna stick in the MLB with the next topic, the Giancarlo Stanton trade. We got everybody's perspective on it so far. Danny, I want to hear yours. Do you think it was a good trade for the Yankees? What do you think will go wrong?
I think
how it would affect other teams like the Red Sox.
I forgot who the trade was. Who the Marlins got?
Castro.
What? Castro and
2 younger prospects.
Well, so they got Castro and 2 younger prospects. So I think it's a rebuilding process. Maybe 3 or 4 years for the Marlins and the Yankees. They're going for it all. So.
And with all the hate that Derek Jeter's getting, I think it's a bad decision from the Marlins fans to give him hate. Even with Stanton, they weren't going to be great this year. He's going to have to trade away players, and it was smart to go in a rebuilding process this early so that in maybe 3 or 4 years they'll be a title contester if they can get some good prospects and other players.
They're doubting Jeter right now, but don't forget he's one of the best shortstops in
he knows. I predict the Marlins will be a good team in a couple of years once they're done with their rebuilding state. A lot of teams try to go. They always say one more year, then we'll try to rebuild. See how well we do this year. I like that. Not that I'm a Marlins fan, but I like that Jeter's rebuilding that team because they needed it. Okay, let's move to the NBA. A couple nights ago, the Lakers defeated the Rockets, their 14th game winning streak. What do you feel? I don't know if you were watching it, but what do you feel must have gone wrong for the Rockets to lose that game?
Well, Chris Paul, he's been playing great. But I think what happened, I didn't see the game. Let's see. So I think that
it was a 6-point game.
So
high scoring too.
Harden dropped 51. So that's crazy. But Kyle Kuzma, you have to watch out for that kid. He has been playing so great, and 38 points on Wednesday. He went 12 for 17 from the field, and James Harden went 15 for 27.
I think the problem was Chris Paul only had 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. That is not somebody you want in one of your MVP players. If you look at that game, though, James Harden just erupted 51. If he's gonna play that way, this team's gonna be.
And last night the Lakers lost to the Golden State again, behind Kevin Durant, who dropped 33, and of course Kuzma dropped 27 again.
A double too. It's 14
And
boards.
Lonzo Ball 24 points. That shows that he's improving, and the Lakers are they're playing very well.
I think they're actually gonna be a playoff team this year if they can get the rest of their team going. If they can get everybody on the same page, it's gonna
Julius Randle from the bench, he dropped 21 last night, so that's very good. And tonight I want to say
what's your game to be looking out for? I'm gonna have to go. Maybe a Denver Golden State game. That's a good one.
I'm looking out for the Lakers-Portland game because I think the Lakers, even though they're 11-19,
they'll pull out.
They're gonna make a run.
I still have to go Golden State against Denver. That Golden State's gonna have to win. The only reason I put it at that game, 2 winning teams playing. Not
and everybody, Lonzo Ball, 11th in the league in assists. He's averaging 10 points a game, 7 assists, and 6.9 rebounds.
I also want to point out that James Harden, he's just been a beast this year. If you look at that, Clint Capella actually leads the league in field goal percentage.
But that's because he's a center.
Still, but
and DeAndre Jordan.
And steals Chris Paul. So that just says that they're good at making shots. Assists, Chris Paul and James Harden are tied for third. So that proves that they can pass. They shoot, they steal, or they play good defense, and they make
free throws.
Their shots. Yeah,
Chris Paul, 8th in the league.
Yeah, so if they build everything together, they're unstoppable.
Even though Capella's playing well, but
he's averaging a bunch of rebounds.
14 points,
11 rebounds a game for Clint Capella, which is just great. Big man inside. Okay, let's move on. The NFL football playoffs took a big hit this week. Who do you feel will make the NFC wild card, Danny?
NFC wild card, I have a feeling that the Lions, because of their fast running offense and run stopping defense. Receiving stopping defense, because I think Grover Quinn, he has been playing unbelievable. I think he had another 2 picks last week. Shout out to him. He's been rocking it up. And Green Bay, Minnesota this week. What?
Oh God, I'm a Packers fan, but I'm gonna have to go Minnesota on this one. Minnesota's fighting, and the Packers aren't. They put.
So this is a must-win situation for the Lions right now. They're 8-6, and they face Cincinnati.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you. I have to say they're gonna get knocked out. If any other team besides Atlanta and the Panthers are going to make the NFC wild card, it's going to either be Seattle or Dallas, and they play this week. So the winner of that has a chance if the Falcons lose this week.
Also,
it's going to be a tough game.
Also, this is a must-win situation for the Chargers this week. They're 7-7, and
playing the Jets on the road at MetLife.
And if Kansas City loses, they'll both be 8-7. Did the Chargers beat Kansas City?
No, they didn't.
They did lose
They've lost both times.
Both
so
times.
The Chargers are almost out of the playoffs. If Kansas City wins, they are out.
Kansas City has to lose twice for the Chargers to still be a playoff contender.
I'm going to have to say that Kansas City's going to make that.
Right there. Look at that, though. Buffalo and Tennessee, you need to win because Baltimore could jump in there and LA.
I do have to say
Oakland
Baltimore is going to jump in there. Their offense isn't too high-powered, but if you play fantasy, they're not just fantasy football owners, but their whole defensive team is just crazy. Eric Weddle playing safety, their pass rushers, they had one game where they had 8 sacks. Their defense is just great. If they can go over the offseason, re-sign all their defenders that contracts are expiring, try to keep them healthy next year. They'll probably lose 1 or 2, but try to keep them all healthy. And then if this offseason they can just grow on their offense. That team's going to be
Who do you have this week? Patriots or Buffalo?
This week, Patriots, Buffalo. I'm going to have to say the New England Patriots. They always seem to come out on top. They are my Super Bowl pick this year. I have almost done my bracket for you guys. They're my Super Bowl pick. I really dislike the Patriots, but they always seem to come out on top.
I'm a Patriots fan.
Even with Julian.
And I'm not a bandwagon.
Even with Julian Edelman, or without Julian Edelman, Brandon Cooks is their star receiver. Gronk also in there.
Tom Brady, the leading passer in the whole league. What do you think this week? So, do you think that Atlanta will lose? They play
the Saints in a big game. If you can just take a look at if the Falcons have beat either the Seattle or Dallas, if we can see that, then I do believe the Saints are going to play their heart out, because if the Falcons win, they're actually tied for the division, and the Falcons would overtake that division.
And I'm just saying that the Falcons lost all of their games in the preseason. I know it doesn't matter, but it's kind of crazy. They did lose to Carolina, who is in the wild card right now.
But
lost, and they beat Dallas and Seattle.
Yeah, they beat Dallas and Seattle, so I'm going to have to go with the Falcons win. Or I'm going to have to go... my faith in Drew Brees is growing less and less. I used to have so much faith in him because he's getting older. He's still a smart playmaker, but he doesn't have the athleticism he once did. I'm going to have to go with the Falcons victory, though. The Falcons are going to overtake that division, and the Saints are going to fall into the wild card, but stay in the wild card and knock the teams out of the playoffs. So it's going to be Saints-Panthers wild card. Maybe, who knows, maybe Saints-Falcons wild card and put the Panthers if they go to 11-3 or 11-4 this week. 11-4 this week. So yeah, if we kind of just talk about football, let's get Danny's playoff picks this week. Who's your lock? Who's your upset?
Okay, so my upset this week is that the Tennessee Titans will beat the LA Rams.
That's an upset. Oh, okay, that's his upset. Let's look at the lock. Who do you got in your lock?
I have New England over Buffalo.
New England over Buffalo is his lock.
What about you?
My lock is going to have to be, I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to go Kansas City over the Miami Dolphins. Kareem Hunt's just too good. And my upset, if I go to my upset, I'm going to have to go Seattle over Dallas. Seattle on the road, going to Dallas. Oh, no, I'm going to have to change that. I'm going to have to go... Yeah, I'm going to stick with Seattle over Dallas. Seattle's team is pretty good. I'm going to stick with them. I don't know if I want to change my lock. Yeah, I'm going to change my lock to Jacksonville over the San Francisco 49ers. So I got Jacksonville over San Francisco and Seattle over Dallas. My picks this week.
I am actually going to switch mine. I think that this week...
So Danny's upset, if he's changing his upset, would be...
Green Bay over Minnesota.
He's taking Green Bay over Minnesota and Buffalo, or in New England over Buffalo.